Good day, everyone. My name is Graham, and welcome to what I'm going to call a DraftCast. This is something that I've been wanting to try for a while, because while my own games of Magic may not necessarily be the most entertaining stuff, my theory is that in any given 8-4, any random, 3-round draft event on Magic Online, there's going to be some pretty entertaining stuff going on. And most people don't get to see that because they're not the people playing in those games. And Magic Online allows you to watch replays, and so I'm going to pick a random replay that happens to be available at the time that I record, and we're going to take a look and see what the game looks like. So there's a couple vagaries of the program. One, I can't watch replays on release events right now for some reason, whatever reason. I'd love to do M14, but what we're going to be looking at here is a Return to Ravnica block 8-4. And the second thing is that I'm using the V3 client rather than the beta. I personally prefer the beta. I think it looks a lot nicer. But when you go to open a game and click the replay and then go back, you then have to go back to the limited queues list, at which point the specific event that you are watching may have cycled out of that list, and then you can't watch any more games from that specific event. So I'm using V3 so that I can take you through an entire event from start to finish. Now, I think typically what I'll be doing is picking someone who at least makes it to the finals, if not the winner, so that you get to see a full 3 rounds of play and you get to see how it develops. Because of course we won't be able to see the players' hands, because you don't get to see the hands when you're watching replays. So to get the fullest idea of what someone's deck is trying to do, I think it's good if we watch all the rounds and watch someone who's winning. And so with that in mind, let's watch the round 1 game between Nekvek123 and Alobar Kudra. And let's see how this goes. Ooh, I'm going to turn those sounds off right away. So I'm going to bring this out in case you need to see anything that they're doing. And I've got the nice big card here so we can see what's going on. And I'm just going to hit play and stop when relevant. So, just real quick. No mulligans. Nekvek chose to play first, and we are away. All right. Island. Kudra plays Mountain and a Bellows Lizard, which is not the most amazing 1-drop. Follows up with a Dryad Militant and a Blister Coil Weird. Wow. So, Kudra, I'm just going to say that because I'm not going to say Alo Bar Kudra every single time, is apparently just playing mono 1-drops over here, and is under... I mean, it's not an amazing amount of pressure, but, the Dryad Militant presents a non-zero amount of pressure for Nekvek over here, and gets in with a Bellows Lizard for 1. But anything, yeah, exactly. Something like a Nivik Cyclops just stops Kudra's entire board. Goes back to Nek, plays a Splatter Thug. He doesn't worry about unleashing this because this guy never needs to sit back to block, and none of these guys can block the Splatter Thug, so there's no reason to be afraid there. Whoa, hang on. So Kudra is playing an Oak Street Tinkeeper. As long as it is not your turn, tapped creatures you control have hexproof. I want Nek to make this work. Kudra. I don't think it's going to work out how he wants. Spider Thug, Kudra's just going to take it. Follows up with a Cobble Brute, which is fine because Cobble Brute is a card that you play because, he's fine. He's a 4-drop, he's a 5/2 for 4. He trades for most things. He trades up really well because he's got 5 power, so he trades for a lot of things. But he he does not trade with 3 of Kudra's creatures. I mean, the Bellows Lizard he can pump, but he doesn't trade with the Weird. He doesn't trade with the Innkeeper. So Cobble Brute's actually pretty good on this board. Kudra's got no play. Back to Nekvek, swings with the Spider Thug again, follows up with a Windrake. Kudra's in a bit of a spot here. What's he got here for 6 mana? Scab Clan Giant. When it enters the battlefield, fights target creature an opponent controls chosen at random, happens to hit the Cobble Brute, which is the only thing that the Giant could hit that also kills the Giant, so I can't imagine that Kudra's especially happy about that. I doubt Nekvek really minds that his Cobble Brute has gone away. Fatal Fumes on the Dryad Militant, and now he doesn't mind swinging with everything because, of course, Fatal Fumes Oh, yes. So Fatal Fumes is in the exiled zone because of the Dryad Militant, which was previously on board. I'm just going to go ahead and hide that. That, of course, made the Nivik Cyclops a 4/4. Nothing can block the Splatter Thug anyway, and the Windrake gets him in the air. So I think Kudra's in a bit of a spot right now, and Kudra just immediately scoops it up. So, game 2. I mean, we can already see the results here. So, you sort of know how things are going to go in this situation. Maybe in future I could obscure the results and make it a little bit more surprising. But I think it's interesting just to watch. So we've got mana. Nekvek had to... So the players have now switched sides. I'm not sure why that happened in the replay, but just as a warning, if you're watching and trying to keep up with this, the players have now changed which side of the board they're on. And Nekvek is stuck on land. He's got... This is a telling instance. He has an island and 2 swamps in play and just had to discard a Boros charm. So Nekvek is clearly in 4 colors at least. But luckily, luckily for him, his first play is a 4-drop. Unluckily, that 4-drop is a Bronzebeak Moa. He's able to get it a Flux Mage, but still can't block the Moa, especially if he plays a creature pre-combat or 2 creatures pre-combat. Well, I think that Nekvek's probably just going to have to chump with the Flux Mage here or take 8, and I don't think he wants to take 8. Oh, no, I was expecting more pre-combat creatures there, but he can just get in happily for 4 with the creatures as they sit. Gets a Windrake down finally, but if he has anything else pre-combat, like a Scab Clan Giant, for example, yeah, Nek's seen enough. He must have thought that his hand would get there, and unfortunately it did not. So, on to game 3 of the first round. Players are in the same position as they are last time. Kudra is on the bottom of your screen. Nekvek is on the top of the screen. They both mulligan to 6. Nekvek is on the play. Mountain, Plains, Swamp for Nekvek. Double Plains for Kudra. Double Mountain and Swamp. Still no plays, even onto turn 4. Turn 4, that's got to feel bad. Turn 4, 3 mana. Oh, I'm sorry. Turn 4, still only 3 mana. And playing a 2-drop, so neither of these decks are starting off quite exactly how they want to. Rick's Mighty Guildmage, he would probably trade that happily for a Halberdiers, especially because, of course, the Rick's Mighty Guildmage's ability means that the Halberdiers cannot profitably block the Guildmage. They, no, actually, now that I think about it, so Nekvek could only actually activate the first ability of the Guildmage once, because he only had 1 black mana, so he would not be able to just kill the Halberdiers. They would still trade. But I guess Kudra didn't want to make that trade. Rick's Mighty Guildmage presents a much bigger threat than the Wojak Halberdiers. The Halberdiers are a great card, and maybe Kudra has a plan, but I would have made that trade if offered. It's entirely possible that Nekvek had something in hand, but being as the -1/-1 would turn the Halberdiers into a 2/1, and they would still trade. And if that were to happen, he would still use up 2 mana. I would have made that trade, but that's just me. So get down to Cobble Brute. Kudra gets down a Blister Coil Weird, which is not exciting. I think, he can easily swing in with those. The Blister Coil Weird can't block, obviously, because of the Guildmage's ability. And Nekvek follows up with a Cyclops. Scorchwalker for Kudra, still really not good in the face of a Rick's Mighty Guildmage. I guess he's trying to build up to Battalion. And Nekvek punishes the enemy, killing the Scorchwalker and taking Kudra down to 7, making his Cyclops a 4/4, so he's able to swing in with all 3 of these guys pretty handily, though he doesn't have any mana up to activate the Guildmage's ability, so he may not swing with the Guildmage, but I can't imagine he'd be too concerned swinging with the Cobble Brute. Now, there's a chance Kudra has 1 white mana up. There's a chance he could have Smite or Swift Justice, which could be bad. So let's take a look. Let's go by single steps here. I guess he had nothing. All right. Well, there was round 1. We will do round 2 in the next video.